And then Jesus just saying, I have not hid you in my heart. I declare the God I know is Abba. And so really, that's what that message is. It's the declaration of Abba.
Yeah.
And it's really what Jesus came to declare. We say, the theological term is the righteousness of God. And there's nothing wrong with that term.
Mm-hmm.
But righteousness means to be as you ought to be. And so Jesus is basically declaring, I've seen you as Abba. And I see what that means. And I have stood in the midst of the world and declared the God I know as Abba.
Yeah.
That just the whole thing just does something for me. Just seeing what it means that God is Abba.
Yeah.
Seeing what it means, that how God responds to someone in sin and death.
Mm-hmm.
Seeing the character of God towards a sinner. Not
Right.
towards the righteous. Paul makes a point all the time to talk about what Jesus did when we were ungodly. That God loved us when we were sinners. Right? He makes a point to say all these things. He's making a point to say those things because he's trying to talk about the way God will be with the person even when they're in bondage to sin and death. Because that's what matters.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And that's what will really reveal God as Abba. And just thinking about God that way. Thinking about God as the Good Samaritan, I can't get over that. It just like is stuck in my head. That picture of God, seeing Jesus, describing God. We always think that Jesus is describing how we need to behave. Like in the Beatitudes where he talks about love your enemy. Should someone steal your coat, man, go and see if there's another coat you can get for them to get. He's describing God.
Mm-hmm.
Right? We've all been so carnal, we thought he was describing about how we need to go behave. But he was describing the way God behaves towards people. Right? And he was trying to get our hearts to be captivated by God's righteousness. And I think that's what's gone on for me is my heart has been captivated by God's righteousness towards me.
Yeah.
Right? And that's made like everything else fade into the background.
Wow.
Like fade to black. And it's like you just start to see God as Abba.
Uh-huh.
And then that moves you.
It does. It
On
absolutely
the
does.
inside.
Yeah.
It moves you.
Yeah.